Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of this brand new series. In this episode, we are going to be talking about why you should install and use VLC. Since this is the pilot episode, let me lay down the rules for you. I am going to pick up a particular software and use it for at least a month. At the end of the month, I will be putting together a list of reasons to install and use that particular software. Usually, a video will be released on the first day of the next month with all those reasons and my personal experience with that software. I will explain about the features I need the most and point out features you normally wouldn't expect. As for how that software is going to be selected, initially I am going to select a software from my personal list of software that I have been using for many months. Later, when I run out of software to talk about, we will be conducting audience polls to select a software. The software that we are going to be talking about today is VLC. VLC is primarily used as a media player, but it can do much more than that, which we will see later in this episode. In order to know why you should use VLC, you need to know why it is popular in the first place. Video and audio playback was possible in computers only just before the end of the 20th century. When VLC became mainstream, there were mostly only players that can play particular formats that the company behind the software developed. Many companies competed in developing popular formats for both video and audio. Once they made such formats, they can charge camera and computer manufacturers for using their formats in their devices. In order to avoid such charges, many companies developed their own formats. Some companies even went as far as stealing formats and using them illegally in their products. This became a nuisance for people since they had to have many software for playing different kinds of formats. In some cases, they needed to shell out some extra money for those software. VLC became popular during this period because it was free and supported many of these formats. VLC is an open source software, which means the code used for making VLC is available for anyone to see and modify. Hundreds of creators have contributed millions of lines of code to make VLC. Whenever a new format is becoming popular, VLC is usually one of the first to support that format. Companies like Google are now supporting open formats which can be used by everyone without paying a license. So companies are not making new formats constantly like they did at the beginning. As for the formats that are already present, VLC is capable of playing most of these formats. VLC as a media player is one of the best players there is. It is available on all major desktop platforms like Windows, Mac OS and Linux. It also has mobile versions available on Android, iOS and Windows Mobile on their respective app stores. The fact that it is free to use is a cherry on top of an already impressive cake. In my personal experience, VLC has handled any video that I have thrown at it without any hiccups. All of the playback options work like expected. There are options for looping the video and audio tracks. We can make playlists containing multiple video or audio files. We can also save the playlist as a separate file, which is useful when we want to use the playlist again and again. We can enable some advanced controls using the View menu. We can record a portion of the video or audio as a separate file, take a screenshot of a particular frame, play a section from point A to point B in a loop, and play a video frame by frame. VLC is useful when you want to play media from a disk or even from a stream. You can change the video playback speed in the playback menu, which is going to be helpful with certain videos like time-lapse videos. Another feature I used frequently was changing the aspect ratio. There are times when I wanted to see an older video that was in 4:3 aspect ratio. I am not a fan of viewing videos with black bars on the side, so I kept changing the aspect ratio to 16:9, which is the aspect ratio of my screen. I found a similar situation on my phone where I stretched a 16:9 video to 18:9, which is the native aspect ratio of my phone. You can change the audio tracks if the video supports multiple tracks. Usually this is used for choosing between different languages. Speaking of languages, you can enable subtitles if the video comes with subtitles. You can even add an external subtitle file. There were times when I wanted to view some other language videos with subtitles, but the video did not come with subtitles by default. In those situations, I had to download and use a subtitle file from an external website. Most of the times, the subtitles were not matching with the video. They were either lagging behind in time or came ahead of time. So, I had to manually sync the timings by going to track synchronization under the Tools menu. In addition to being a media player, VLC has also other features which many people are not even aware of. For example, VLC has a screen recording feature. You can capture your desktop by clicking on Open Capture Device and selecting Desktop as the capture mode. This does have some limitations, like you cannot record the audio, but for most people this will be useful in situations where a quick screen capture is required. VLC also has options for converting media files from one format to another format. You can access this by going to Convert or Save under the Media menu. You can add the files you want to convert and click on Convert or Save button. You can choose the format in the profile and choose a destination file in the dialog box. You can click on Start to start the conversion. There are tons of other features and customization options in VLC, but these are the ones that I have used overall in my experience. Hopefully, I wish this video was helpful for you to understand what you can do with VLC. If you don't know how to install VLC, then you can check out our video on installing VLC. For the next month, I will be covering Google Chrome. I have made Chrome as my default browser and I will be using that for next month in my daily routine. Watch out for that video next month. If you want to see more videos like this, then press that subscribe button and turn on notifications for future updates. If you found this video as helpful, then support us by giving us a thumbs up. See you guys in the next video.